over half the world is on Facebook. There's something like 4 billion out of the 7, 8 billion that are living right now in the world on Facebook, which means that Facebook is the biggest country in the world. So how do you tap into all these billions of people? And guess what? Do you not think there's more than enough people on there to buy your product, to buy your service? I'm going to teach you how they can find you, okay? So that's the name of the game, is attention. So put attention in the comments, attention in the comments. And the first thing that I want you to know is that you only get 2 seconds from somebody that's new. And that's an in-person or an online stat. This is a fact. And welcome, Aaron from Oregon, returning to coaching after 5 years running a nonprofit. Awesome. Welcome. And welcome to all of you who are quieter, but feel free to put it in there. Also, just because of the stream thing, it doesn't let me see all the comments unless you register your name, but me or my team will get back with you through the Facebook group or my profile or wherever this is streaming for you. So please feel free to keep commenting. And even if I don't see it live, we'll get to it in the replay. So, 2 seconds is all you get. Everybody put 2 seconds in the comments, 2 seconds. And I'm going to guide you through the playbook, kind of like a visual presentation to give you some things to think about when it comes to luxury branding. Okay. Now, one other thing that before we jump into this is sometimes people tell me, they're like, well, Tiana, I'm not really a Gucci person, or I'm not really a Coach person. So do I really need luxury branding? And to that, I will say, like, I'm not really either. But yes, you still need luxury branding. I will use examples of Tiffany and Gucci and Yves Saint Laurent, and even saying it right? I didn't grow up knowing any of those names. But the thing that I did grow up thinking when I watched movies and watched TV was, how were these wonderful celebrities dressed so nice? And where were they shopping? Like, I had no hope of that in my personal mind at that time. My mom was putting layaway at Kmart. Like, I wore overalls and this dirty pair of white shoes, and I'm so grateful I had a pair of shoes. There's people in this world that don't, but I didn't grow up with very much at all. I didn't even know name brands. I thought the highest name brand was Nike, and I was just praying I could one day have a like Nike pair of running shoes, which I think I finally got in college. So why I share all that is, it's not just about a specific name brand. It's about you holding yourself with excellence. And the truth is, when somebody sees you online, if the fonts are matching, if the colors are matching, if the pictures are bright, it's more appealing. And so the reason I lead with 2 seconds, and welcome to from Virginia as well in 2 seconds. Yes, let's play along. Remember, you get more from when you put in more. That is life. You reap what you sow, good and bad. Is that when it all looks like that, those 2 seconds go further. That means somebody has been interested to learn more about what you do. Okay. So I'm going to guide you through that program. And if you want to learn about this luxury branding, say yes right now in the comments. Put the words yes, yes, yes. So we're going to do that. I'm going to share my screen and let's get it started. Let's get this party started. Okay. So here we are on part 2, which is around page 17, depending on which version of this you have. Okay. So I just want to guide your eye to luxury branding and why it matters and why it helps you with social media marketing or even your website marketing. Okay. So as I was telling you about, I've done studies and I've done the studies. I've not done the studies. I've read about the studies, but they've shown that you only get the 2 seconds. And that's a stranger. Also, remember, they don't know anything about you. So this is just life. Is your visual branding strong enough to grab their attention before they scroll away? So put in the comments if you think it is right now and say yes, no, maybe so. And it's okay wherever you're at, because as long as you're willing to take action today, we can always improve today. All right. So this is all about awareness and honesty, but then taking action, right? Not to guilt trip, not to feel bad about ourselves, but to just be honest about it. Can it be improved? Okay. So I want to now ask you to take a look at this screen, and what do you think of when you see these brands? And I'm going to guide you by the steps. So let's start on the far left. Louis Vuitton, Tesla, Gucci, Chanel, Dior. What do you think of when you see these brands? Maybe some people's faces pop up. They've used celebrities for Dior, right? I think of Charlize Theron. She's so beautiful. There's Chanel, there's Gucci, Tesla. That's super fun for me. Me and the kids have done test drives and I've rented them. Louis Vuitton. So what comes to mind? Put it in the comments when you look at these brand names, what comes to mind? All right. Now let's go over here to the far right. Let's look at Walmart and Kia, TJ Maxx, JCPenney, Toyota, Costco, Honda. Now, I want to clarify all these brands are strong brands for what they do, but I'm trying to get you to feel something. So, what I want you to think of is if you walked into a Walmart, how does it make you feel? Is it different than when you walk into Target? Okay. Is it driving a Kia make you feel different than driving a Tesla or a Jeep? What about TJ Maxx if you're shopping there? Is it a different feeling scouring through the racks of there or Ross or Marshalls compared to walking into Lululemon and having a very clear, pristine, the outfit's pretty much put together for you, right? What about JCPenney versus Gucci? We know the difference and we know it makes us feel a certain way. And it's not to snob any of it. It's to say, how do the brands, not the brand, how successful the brand are. All these brands are very successful. How does shopping or wearing these brands make you feel? And I'd love to know in the comments. And then I want you to think about another thing, an experience. And then we're going to talk about your brand. Okay. So this is top row is kind of luxury. Bottom row is like the masses, essentially, right? So top row is first class. There's slippers, there's TV, there's a beautiful view, there's beautiful lighting. Flying like this, how does this make you feel? Even if you've not done it, how would it make you feel? You have more than enough money. You walk on the plane. This is your spot for 10 hours as you fly first class to Austria or wherever you dream to go, right? You're walking down the street in Paris. You've got, even though it's comfy, it's cute. It's a nice leather handbag that lasts a long time. It could even be passed down. Beautiful shoes, but comfy. Nice bracelet. It's simple style, but it makes you feel comfortable. And of course, if you're a man watching this, just think in your mind, what kind of clothing would you like to wear there? I know my son and my husband both love Lululemon themselves for traveling. They have nice clothes, like not just workout clothes. That would be them probably. They like their Converse shoes or Adidas shoes. And then what about this? If you looked out your window in Hawaii and you walked on down, you had your coffee in hand, you were watching the sunrise coming up here in beautiful Hawaii. And your kids are playing beside you or they're sleeping with your husband or your wife, whoever you're married to. You're here with your family. And not only that, you have millions of dollars in the bank. Like this is just extra. It's just the cherry on top. All right, now let's go here. Instead, and I've been here, how does this make you feel? You're having to stand in a super long line. There's people all around coughing and kids screaming and animals. It's just chaos. And it's hours and hours and hours because you don't have VIP, you don't have first class, you don't have TSA pre-check. It's just exhausting. You're flying budget. It's Spirit Airlines, baby. It's not fun. What about Netflix? I love me some Netflix, Amazon Prime. All of us do. Good storytelling. But if every night was this, because you couldn't really afford to go do anything else, that's depressing. And you're meant to live so much more. You're meant to create. And even if you're doing cheaper things, it should not be lived in front of a screen all night, okay? And then a motel versus this. Like all of a sudden we're thinking bed bugs and cockroaches and yucky things on the mattress, right? It's not fun to live this way, but this is the majority that most people live. I want to encourage you not to settle for less and that your brand doesn't look like this, but your brand would reflect these things, either in the middle or the far left category. Put the number one in the comments if you're committed to being number one in your industry. Number one in your industry. So we're going to do a quick little going through your brand. And again, you can, if you want to put VIP in the comments, if you want the link to purchase the playbook, the replays, all that, that's over here. By the way, you're going to get the Scale Your Biz Bootcamp and Playbook. You're going to get my Facebook marketing, how I make six figures and multi six figures every year for free, just through Facebook groups and marketing, and the social media stuff. And this will all be, oh, I don't think it was sharing my screen, by the way. but that will all be included if you're VIP. Okay. So put VIP if you want to get that's only $97 for today. Okay. So that's on my pitch. That's just to get all the bonuses. Okay. So let's go back through the playbook here. Okay. What words would you like people to think of when they think of your brand? Okay. Brainstorm and put your top three. So take even a moment. Now I've added some words for you, right? But you can add any word. So these essentially are when somebody sees your pictures, your fonts, your messaging, what does it make them feel? For me, it's freedom and fun and profits. Like that's what I want people to feel. And luxury really. So it's freedom, fun, and luxury. If I was gonna notate that there. So what does it make you feel like? I love all these words, right? Like, well, like creative and modern, professional, distinguished. They're all great words. This is part of narrowing in on your brand experience because again, you get those 2 seconds. So it's more of a vibe. It's more of a feeling that people feel. They're not going to have the time in 2 seconds to like read everything. You need to catch them through your photos, through a couple words, and really through the overall vibe and feeling. So you have to be intentional about what that is. So type the word intentional. So type some words you'd like people to feel. And it's okay to just brainstorm it right now. This is part of your action steps, your homework to do after today's call for you to really dive into this. Okay. Now, the second part about this are brand colors. So, colors are proven, there's psychology to it that when we see certain colors, it actually helps us feel certain ways. Okay, so green is something that's known for nature, fresh, loyal, gentle, money. Blue, peaceful, dependable, wise, calm. So, if you're looking together at your words as well as colors, you can actually start to bring things out. Now, I will also tell you though, like sometimes people go a little bit too far into this, including some branding people. It's really just understanding how these colors work, but also understanding that there are tones of the colors that do better. In fact, none of these tones are ones that I would recommend for an actual website. They don't look great on screen, like maybe this pink tone. I'm going to share my whole screen and show you a fun exercise we can do on Pinterest together. So let me go share my entire screen so I can kind of share with you a little bit behind the scenes on like what I do with clients. Let's go to share screen. I'm just going to share entire screen and let's go to Pinterest. So as far as tones, a cool exercise you can do. And again, like in my program, we have a design quiz and I take you through all this. So I have a couple programs. One is like Automate to Dominate, which that's the program I'm going to be telling you guys about later. And then let me just go here. I can't talk and like search this at the same time. So somebody put in the comments, what's your favorite color? And if you're looking at these other colors like purples or greens or blues, do you want to integrate calmness or peace, right? It just depends. So what you can do here is you could do a blue and purple color palette. Okay. And I'm going to kind of show you some things to be on the look for things that look better on camera on the screen versus things that look good in person. So in person, lots of things look cool, right? Like this looks awesome. This picture looks great. But as far as the hex colors of what looks good on screen, there are different colors. Like this one would do well on screen. If you were going to go with these color tones, these ones, they just resonate better on the screen. Whereas these are a little bit too bright. And as a professional who's an adult, like see this one, I wouldn't get my clients to go to. I'd say, hey, let's calm it down just a little bit because these tones do better, right? And just this tiny little one thing I teach people how to do in my Automate to Dominate training, because I actually have a whole training on like how you can go through Canva and create all these luxury things yourself, is I show you how to grab all these hex colors, how to then put it into your website or into your landing pages, things like that. And as well as your Facebook headers. Okay. So it's just really important to not only know the words you want people to feel, like just that feeling of what you want people to feel like. I see you guys like grays and mauves, blues and red pinks. Love that. I'm also going to read some of these comments over here since I was screen sharing. Wearing luxury makes me feel good and gives me a sense of security. I love that word, security. The same. So right now I'm actually wearing more of a chill thing. It's been raining, but I have Lululemon pants on, some cute little like boots, and this is Athleta. So this is a company that They also make workout gear, but their dressy clothes are like soft and comfy and a little stretch. Whereas like other shirts that I've gotten like this, like the button up, are really uncomfortable. And even though I bought them, I end up throwing them out. Not throwing them out, I donate them. And the reason being, like, for me personally, unless I'm comfortable, I don't want to wear it. I don't care how good it looks. I also want to be comfortable, right? Oh, thank you for shouting that out. And adding these to Canva is a game changer to use with your content. It is. Here's the thing. My specialty on here, friends, is I want to give you tools, but I want to give you action steps and actually how to integrate the action steps. And being from tech and being from a design and branding expert, because I started so young in business and marketing, 16 years old, I've had this experience where for now decades, like I've done design and branding professionally for 15, 16 years, just graphic design. I've done websites before that. I'm talking Illustrator. And then what I have done with my programs that I love to teach people is I've simplified it to systems and softwares that any of you can use. Okay, so even though I teach in Canva, I'm actually an Illustrator and an Adobe specialist. I know how to use Lightroom and Photoshop and all that. But the truth is, most people don't. And it took me years to master it. So, what I like to do is give all of you steps that you can market and monetize and stand out online through simple systems and software. Put the word simple in the comments if you are into that. I am into simple. I am into doable. I am into life gets busy. So, I really want to have fun with my marketing and I want it to look beautiful. So, we talked about if luxury makes you feel good, how do you want people to feel when they come to your Instagram, when they come to your Facebook, when they come to your LinkedIn? Wouldn't it be great if it like actually looked cool when you went to LinkedIn? Like, even though like you don't need to be afraid to stand apart. In fact, doing stuff a little different than other people is awesome. And you know what's a little bit different? You looking good on camera, you with a nice filter over your face so that everything's bright from here up. And so I talk about even like how do you set up your profiles for massive success? Do you know some of my clients who just redo their profiles get sales that same week because people didn't know what you did? So the second part of this, once you get the vibe down and then branding down, is now how do we optimize your social media to attract clients? So the first step is making it look awesome, right? It needs to look beautiful. The second step is adding words and then images and your marketing and your video so it's extremely clear what you do. That's called messaging. Put the word messaging because part of what I want to do is teach you. So I was a teacher for years. I did music teaching, I did producing and marketing since I was very young. And at 19, I was paid for all that. And then I also was doing marketing at 21 for companies like Sony Records, and then moving through to Warner Brothers, and then my own company and booking tours. And part of how I was able to do that was the very clear messaging through email marketing, through headers, through websites. It all matters. And it all needs to be congruent because you know what happens? People start to Google you and they start to search about you, especially if you want to sell high ticket. I'd love to know in the comments if you're someone who wants to sell high ticket. And high ticket is anything 1,000 to 2,000 and above. It could be a high ticket course. That's considered high ticket. It doesn't mean there's not a payment plan, but that the overall price point is 2,000 and above. 1,000 even and above. Okay. We're not talking $30 items here. So if you're not talking $30 items and you're talking high ticket courses, services, coaching, styling, VIP days, events, you know, all that costs money. Okay. And people got the money. Put it in the friends. Put it in the friends. Your friends got the money. No, put it in the comments. People got the money. Okay. Put it in the comments. Like, people have the money. We just said there are 3.5 billion people or 4 billion on Facebook. That's not even the numbers for WhatsApp, for Instagram, for TikTok, for YouTube. I mean, YouTube is its own beast. I've been working on that right now. So if it's not extremely clear wherever people find you, what you do. So put one sentence in this is what we talked about yesterday. So I'm going to add my whole screen up here. Can you see it? Please put a 2 in the comments if you can see it. I'm going to scroll back up. It was at the end of yesterday. Was it in this one? Okay, I think I have a different version of the one that I did. It's called the power statement. I'm going to have to go and find it. Take this off of here really quick. Did you guys see your power statement, which is essentially, I am And this is what I help people with. So mine is I am Tiana with Tiana Smith Coaching. I help entrepreneurs scale to 7 figures with done for you funnels. Now I do so much more than that. However, that's like the line. If I was walking the elevator pitch, right? I'm going up the elevator. Actually, I have an elevator here where I'm at in my offices. And if somebody got in there like, oh yeah, I'm Sue. Nice to meet you. What's your name? I'm like, I'm Tiana. Oh, what do you do? I help entrepreneurs scale to 7 figures through done for you funnels and luxury branding. It's like ding, ding, ding. So you're using very clear words. You need to speak your name clearly. So everybody put in the comments your name and what you do and make it one liner. It's your power statement. And this is in the homework. I just need to get the updated version of that. Okay. So that is, it's important that that is extremely clear. Okay. So over here, underneath the playbook is we go into, do you already have a logo? What colors are important to you? What fonts are your favorite? So this is your homework for today, okay? If you've not already done this, what kind of vibe do you want your logo and your brand to give up? What top 3 words represent you as a brand? And now this is very important. What deadlines are you going to set for yourself to make sure you have a gorgeous brand, colors, and words? That's the messaging that reflect who you are. Okay, so there's more of these quizzes down here. And I want to give you some examples of the power of consistency in branding. Everybody put the word consistency, put a big consistency, like YMCA, but it's consistency. When you have a logo, when you have a very clear one liner of what exactly you do. You know what, this client here, several of them, she made more in 1 month after us launching this than she had the entire last year. Same with her. She'd been working on her business for years actually, and within 2 months of working together, she surpassed her 10K goal and hit 12K. And this is not only, these people were already hard workers, right? These are already great people, but it's really important to have consistent branding, to have a strategy. And that's what I want to talk about next, is the strategy of your social media marketing. So I'm going to take questions, and I'm going to, if anybody would like me to review their profile, I'm going to kind of go over mine, because what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at what does your branding look like across all platforms. So branding, part of this is that it shouldn't just be a website that looks good. It shouldn't just be one post. You've got to go in there and do an overhaul. And this is part of what I do with my one-to-one programs. We do a biz boot camp. And for those who don't have the cash flow or they want to learn how to do it themselves, that's what they do in the Automate to Dominate process, which I'm going to share with you guys at the end of this session. But let me share my screen, and I'm going to show you how incredibly powerful it is to have consistent branding anywhere someone finds you. Okay. So let's go do this. I'm going to use myself and then one of my top clients as an example, and then I can review anything. So can you put a number 2 in the comments if you can see and hear me and see my screen? So this is my website, which is tianasmithcoaching.com. Okay. So what I want to kind of draw your attention to is, one, I have a header right now, like a pop-up. Well, it's not even a pop-up. This is like a bonus thing. This is really typically where my website starts. But sometimes if you're looking to like do specific yearly things or once a quarter, it's fun to add a little drop down. So I do that on my website right now. But in general, it looks like this. And the clarity, the words you use on a website might be a little bit different than Facebook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Facebook. Okay. And yes, I do go in depth. Like I do use my Facebook profile as well as my Facebook business page. Okay. So here's my Facebook profile. And right now, because we've got this event going on, but usually it looks like this. It just looks a little bit different. If I go here, you can see. So usually it's got my logo name, which you can see is matching up here exactly, right? And then done for you funnels, cash injection coaching systems to scale. And then we've got logos of just a few of the companies I've worked with. The other thing I want you to draw your attention is when people click on this Facebook header, they can actually book in for a free offer that I have. Okay, which is one of my top free offers ever, thousands and thousands of leads. And or they can also book a call with me. And this is the power of funnels. And we're going to talk about the funnels, the 3 funnels you need to scale to 7 figures with ease and flow in 2024. That's tomorrow. But I want to give you, we've talked about colors. You can see my colors are the same. The fonts are the same. It's very clear what I do. Now, sometimes when you have a little bit more room, depending on the context. So put the word context. I know it's a hard one to spell. CONTEXT. XT. Depending on the context of the where you're at, it might look a little bit different because different platforms, right? Or if you're doing a special. But again, same photos, the fonts are the same up here, colors are the same, everything is completely consistent. So again, these C words are so imperative: consistency, context, community, communication. These are very important words with your branding, and this is what helps people know who you are. If when I review people's and I have a free audit for any of you. Actually, Jessica, can you put the free audit in the comments, please? Let me go see if it's on this one. I usually offer a free audit. Let me see if it's up here. I don't know where my free audit one is right now, but Jessica can find it. Up here is because of this week, just through tomorrow, I changed my links up here to go to the scaleyourbizonline.com so that, again, it's all connected. It's all consistent. Everybody with me? So it's so important that no matter where people find you, it is consistent. I'm going to go to one of my clients now. Let me go to his Instagram. He's called, because I like to show like totally different ways of doing things. His name is Ani. He's an 8-figure portfolio, commercial real estate. And this is, I built his whole online stuff. So he also owns like Glow Tanning, which is like 75 franchises. So again, this doesn't matter whether you do real estate. This doesn't matter if you're a musician or an artist or an author or a coach. It's B2B, B2C. It doesn't matter. You need to be consistent with your branding. Okay. So put consistent in the comments. Come on. So if you go here, one of his things is if we click on this link, is it's got this whole brand thing. And let me open up his website so you can see that everything is consistent from his website to his social media to his free offer, right? So you can see the fonts don't change, the colors don't change. It's very clear what we're offering here. And this is the power of consistency in social media marketing. And on top of that, it's veering people to a call to action. Put CTA in the comments. CTA in the comments, please. And the one call to action, and again, we're going to go way more in depth on this tomorrow. The main call to action is always going to be the first thing is sign up on the email list. And in order to get somebody to sign up on that email list, one, they have to trust your brand right there. So if his stuff looked a wreck or my stuff looked a mess and they're like, oh yeah, I'll send you this free guide. And then they go to the free guide thing and it's all over the place. And like the button's not on the first page. There's all kinds of mixed texts and fonts. Do you guys trust people with that? Do you want to put your credit card information in this day and age with so much hacking and so many people stealing information? I don't. I do not buy from people whose branding isn't good. You know, I'm on this very luxurious part of town. It's considered the new Rodeo Drive of the DFW area. So they're building up actually a whole movie and film thing 2 miles from here. All these big up and coming things are just right down the street from me. It's part of why I got my office here. And this building that's right beside me right here, they've got these gorgeous gym and this whole new music studio and recording studio and these nice stores. And I'm going to tell you, like, if I walked in that gym and everything was just like thrown over and like, you know, it's just like grimy. No, they charge a lot of money at that gym. And they do because when you walk in there, it's pristine. It's all lined up. It's super clean. They've hired top of the line athletic trainers to train people in small groups and in one-to-ones. So here's what happens with luxury branding. Here's what happens with consistent branding. You can charge more. So put C for consistency also means charge more. So the C's that we're talking about is consistency, context, communication, the messaging, and charge more. Because if it looks bad, you just can't charge it, friends. If it's inconsistent, that means inconsistent money. Okay, so we've got to start somewhere. And so the point is that we're going to assume you're awesome at what you do. Every client who's ever hired me that has success is so good at what they do. They love what they do. They're hiring me to help them it look the way that they want it to look, right? But they already are good at what they do. Not everybody is a professional designer like me. And this is where I try to really encourage people, like, don't listen to like all the other mess about people saying, oh, you can build your own website and you can do this and that. Yeah, you can, but you better be good at it or hire somebody and then take the time and the money that you're making on selling things, hire somebody so you can make more money. Okay, like I'm not an architect. I'm not an engineer. So if I need like something coded, I hire somebody. I'm not going to be like, I can figure it out myself because I don't want to spend the money. That's how you stay broke. What you have to do is you have to figure out which things you have to delegate because you can't do it. And then you need to start to figure out as you're scaling which things you must delegate because somebody else could do it as good or almost as good as you. And your time is spent better over here. And all of your time online is spent better doing what you do best, which is you do need to learn how to do content marketing. But as far as luxury, as far as branding, as far as doing those things, most people that are in that field were trained for years like me. Like it took us years to learn Adobe Design and Illustrator, and it took us years to get the experience we've had. I've worked with thousands of brands and companies and built thousands of funnels. And now I'm where I'm at. I can talk about it like this quickly because I have awareness to it. So I'd love to know in the comments, what is your specialty? What do you, if somebody asks you to talk about it, you could talk for 30 minutes about it right now. Put it in the comments. You know, that's part of your one-liner, right? Put that in the comments. What is it that if somebody asks you to be a guest speaker on it, you could do it today and you could have 30 minutes straight of talking about it because you just know it like the back of your hand. You're like, yep, that's it. That's what it is. Put that in the comments. So over here on the question, how do I get an email from organic? We are going to dive into that tomorrow. That is about your free offer funnel. So definitely be here tomorrow at 1 p.m. And those are the 3 funnels because emails and sales and leads, that's all a part of funnels. Okay. Because we have to have systems set up. So here's how we do it through social media, though. I will share with you my screen. Can you press yes if you can see me in there? So back to Ani. So he put this here. He's actually not even done a post about it because we're still working through some things. He's newer, and this is part of why I wanted to give you this amazing example. We have automated hundreds and hundreds of leads and thousands of dollars of sales without any ads right now, without even him marketing it, except just putting it in this one place. He's not on Facebook doing this. He's not on YouTube doing it, just Instagram, because he puts out good content. And just by having one clear call to action, we've automated things from this free offer funnel, which this is the kind of template I sell in my Automate to Dominate program. And when I build it for people, I write all the copy. So for clients like Ani, like I actually built the entire website from scratch. It's custom coded and go high level. Writing the copy is what we do, getting everything linked up. There's automated text, there's automated email. Everything is a done for you program. They just send me their photos. We get on a few calls. They ask me questions, but that's more of my $50,000 package. But over here, what you can get for a minuscule part of that price point is learning how to do this yourself. Okay. So for 10% of that price point, I'm giving in my Automate to Dominate program the exact templates like mine as well. There's different ways of doing it depending on if you're feminine or you're masculine or you sell certain goods or services depending on what the marketplace calls for it. So my Automate to Dominate program is only $5,000 or a 3-pay of 15. Let's see, how much was my 3-pay? Oh, $2,000. Okay. And that gets you into everything for this week only. And this is like a little quick thing before I dive into more about the email and organic traffic right now and answer your questions. I'm giving a $3,000 scholarship to anybody who's going through the Scale Your Biz Bootcamp. You have to show proof that you are commenting, that you've been welcomed into the group. You're going to get a $3,000 scholarship. And so it's going to be $19.97 instead of $49.97. You're going to save $3,000. And then you can also do a 3-pay. If you don't have $2,000 up front, it's a 3-pay of $800, 3 monthly payments. But if you do pay in full, you get a 1-to-1 60-minute call with me. And you also get 2 whole months, 8 weeks into the 7-figure club, which is usually $2,500 a month right there. So essentially you're getting a month and a half that you would have paid for the 7-figure club for completely free, the Automate to Dominate process, and a 1-to-1 call with me, which is also usually $1,500. It's about $10,000 worth of programs and bonuses and action steps to help you get along. So put the letter and number A2D in the comments if you want us to send you that scholarship pricing, and it's a private link for that payment. So to answer your question, if you guys have any questions about this, put it in the comments about what does this actually look like on the day to day, you know, this consistency, this branding. And let me also guide you through your homework for today. So what you're going to want to do is go through module 2 in the playbook, if you have it, where you need to decide on 3 words that are your top 3 words for your brand. You want to write down the feelings that you want people to feel. You need to decide on like what kind of experience. So this is about experiences. What kind of experience do you want people to feel? Do you want them to feel luxury, or do you want to do the cheap and fast version? And the truth is, you can be successful with either. I am not here to judge. I'm telling you that I believe in the luxury, the VIP, the full experience of getting people the transformation they really want, right? So if I was going to translate luxury clothes and luxury vacations to a luxurious done for you experience, that's my 100K in 100-day program, right? Where we're like going alongside you, like Ani's thing, and we're helping you get everything launched, and we're there for you, and you WhatsApp us, and we get on calls, and we meet in person, right? That's that VIP level. Okay, so you want people to think, okay, wow, I want to feel taken care of, exceptional white glove service. So you got to figure that out. Then you need to figure out what are your brand colors, your brand color palettes, and you can do some search on Pinterest. You can put some things together, even just put together screenshots. If you don't have the playbook, put again VIP in the comments. We'll get you this link so you can purchase this. This is where you'd go through if you do the playbook, all this. The other thing you'll be able to do over here is you'll be able to actually go into the Scale Your Biz area, and you can join the private Facebook group, and you can ask questions in here if you do the upgrade. Okay. So the point of all this is that we want to help you get the results so that you can live your dream, funded by your dream business. But in order for your business to fund your dream life, you need more funds, right? You need more funds to have more fun. So if you have any specific questions, put it in the comments. Me and the team will circle back to it. But as mentioned, getting the email from Organic, that's going to be the whole thing tomorrow for the grand finale. Also, just a reminder, tomorrow's, I have a bonus way of doing this where I will be still streaming this into the Facebook group. But if you want that live access right after the 20-30 minute training, I'm going to be answering questions and coaching for anyone who's on the Zoom link. So make sure that if you're VIP, you have that Zoom link. I'm going to be offering reviews and audits, and put the word audit in the comments if you would like me to audit one page for free. I don't do your whole online business for free. You'd have to pay me for that. But if you'd like me to look at a landing page or your Instagram, I don't do Facebook groups. It's really websites and landing pages are better for me to take a look at. But if you do want me to look at your Instagram, it has to be a public place for me to actually get a good look. It can't be a network marketing link, like none of that. It's something that you've actually created, you've tried to work on, you've put your heart into it, okay? And if you're interested in the Automate to Dominate scholarship, just put scholarship in the comments and we'll be in touch. Go out there, go hold yourself as the luxurious person you are. And even if it doesn't feel luxurious yet, and even if you're growing your bank account, it's okay. You can find deals. You can buy things even used. You can wash them and fix them up as your income grows. You can keep reinvesting in your style, in your brand. So start with what you have. Excuse me. Start today. Start with what you have. Everybody put that in the comments. Start today. Start with what you have. You know, no matter how big you get as far as what things you have or what money, there's always more. There's always somebody with more, and there's always somebody with less. So enjoy the journey. Get into where you are today. Enjoy yourself, and just like go all in and have some fun. Use what you have. Get resourceful and have fun. I can't wait to hear what you come up with. Remember to follow the action steps. The homework will be posted in the group, and I will see you guys soon.